Hi, welcome to Dark Politics Tarot. My name is Nick, and today I'm doing a tarot reading on the birthday book. So we have the evidence of the book now. We see the awful picture, which if you haven't seen it, you probably have, but it's not just of like a full-figured woman like you would imagine Donald Trump would have drawn. It's a torso with no arms or legs and very small breasts, and then his signature as the pubic hair. So to me, it looks like a pre-pubescent teenager. So I just want to read the energy around this. Why are they going so much out of their way for this? We know he's done. We know he's in it. We know he's done terrible things. But how bad is it? Is kind of what I want to know. And I also want to know how Magga is going to spin this. I mean, Caroline Levitt, I'd like to look at her too, because she says, well, this proves that it wasn't, him. DJT. So let's just take a look. I didn't get any jumpers yet. I just want to look at Donald Trump. Whoops, that one came out. Donald Trump and this birthday book. So the Six of Wands. So he's riding high. He's riding high right now. He's in power. He's got all kinds of power. He's got the oligarchy. Still has some of his base, and he's got every branch of power. So why is he so worried about this? The Ten of Pentacles. It's about the money. It's about his legacy. Show me, Spirit. What do we need to know about this? What is so terrible? I mean, they voted for someone who's an adjudicated rapist. There's video of him, there's photographs of him with Epstein. We know he was a womanizer. There was the whole buying off of Stormy Daniels. Like, they knew all the things he was, these Maggas. So what's so shocking that would be beyond any of those things? What's so shocking in this? Please show me what would be so shocking. The Ace of Cups. Interesting. It's very emotional. And people don't like pedophiles. People don't like, a lot of people, they don't care about women being raped and whatnot. But when it comes to a child, I mean, I'm not saying all people. I'm saying a lot of these Maggas. It's like, oh, well, they were consenting. Oh, they shouldn't have worn that skirt. That type of thing. But this is bad. This is really bad. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning. And there's a surprise little person on the chair here as she's about to spin it. And they're terrified. That's how he's feeling right now. He's terrified what's in those files. This is crazy. The Knight of Pentacles. This is the fixer, but this is the overarching energy. So there's more, this represents to me more material, more evidence, a lot more evidence on him than we could imagine. He fixed a lot of it. He had other fixers. It wasn't just MC. But there's so much evidence. Wow. So the Seven of Pentacles, So not really, you know, that to me is like a tree of evidence as well. And there's a little, I'll show you after, there's a little person poking the tree and drawing blood. So this evidence is going to bring out the bloodthirsty that want answers and demand possibly resignation. Ace of Wands comes up as himself. He's always been very lucky. The atmosphere around him is getting dire. The Five of Swords is bad attitude, winning at all costs, but this is about the environment around him, that people are getting really angry, really, really angry about what's being shown to them with this birthday book. So what do they hope and fear? What's Donald Trump's worst nightmare? The Page of Wands. I think about young. You know, pages are young. They could represent children. He's afraid. He's afraid of what he did. And his outcome card is the Eight of Pentacles. The Apprentice card, the working card. Is there perhaps a lot more when he was working on The Apprentice? That just came up to me. Let's go down to the table and get some clarification here. Okay, to start with, we have the Six of Wands. So this is about being successful, having a victory. So with all his success, I feel like he always thinks he's so successful. He's the greatest, you know, the whole thing. That represents him. I'm so successful. I can't have this happen to me. What's crossing him now is his legacy, his real legacy. Not only does this guy have money, he's afraid of losing his money because this is the crossing card now. Afraid of losing money and reputation. Afraid of losing everything. And you see that this is in the darkness. You know, he's so successful, but now darkness could be coming over him as well. And, you know, the victim under the table may present themselves soon to these two, to him and his administration. Now, the base of the reading is Ace of Cups. We know this is a very emotional, loving card, but in this case, in dark politics, it represents high emotions. And again, this moon is like blowing energy onto the cup. So things are becoming illuminated with the moon. More and more people suspecting and saying things, because it is a cup, it is part of the message, and more people are finding out there's light being shed, but it's moonlight here. But it's also talking about people coming out of the shadows and outrage people speaking out. Now, at the moment, in the now, is the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about karma. This is what happens to you when your whole life, not that I always believe in karma, because, you know, if there were true karma, wouldn't he be gone already from all the disastrous, horrible things he's done to humans? But it does represent that aspect of, you know, getting your comeuppance. And he's taken a lot of risk in his life. And at the moment, that he feels like he's in a very precarious situation. He's scared to death. He's shocked that this is going to be the thing that could take him down. Now, we do know that he's had fixers, he's had people hide the evidence, pay people off, and that's the overarching energy here, is that people have been bought off, paid to go away, threatened, but it's also a card representing evidence. The Knight of Pentacles is the slow-moving knight, but this Epstein stuff just won't go away for him. No matter how much he paid, how much he fixed it, over the years, over a long time, things have accrued, and now they're starting to come out, and I believe that it was on the eclipse moon, even though that's a crescent moon. That could be that it's coming, even more is coming soon on perhaps the waning moon of this cycle. Now, Seven of Pentacles. This is a little like witch or something, and she's poking the tree, and what's coming out? Blood. So it represents the evidence. There's a tree of evidence here, and people are now seeing it. They're poking through, and they're poking at him. This is going to hurt him. Not in a like cutting down the tree way, in a small way, nudging at him, nudging at him. One more thing drops, one more thing drops, another evidence, another, and then it piles up. So they're poking the bear right now. They're poking Trump. These victims have said that they will produce the evidence if it's not produced of the Epstein files. Now this is Trump again. He gets the Ace of Wands. So, you know, this is actually a lovely card in this deck. Holding a baby. Yeah, it's, you know, in other decks it could be like carrying the big stick. I'm going to beat you up type of thing. I'm going to come after you. This to me is talking about babies, child abuse, actions that were taken on children. Now, the environment around him is aggressive. People are going to come after him, and I think this is his base. You know, they have drank the Kool-Aid. They're in a cult. A lot of them will just keep continuing on. We can't kid ourselves. The white Christian nationalists, the racists, they want to hate the liberals, the Democrats. They want to hate people of other color and, you know, whatnot, the trans. So they're always angry. But will this make a shift for them? Well, Donald Trump is only getting a page here of what he fears. But again, this is like, pages are young. I think what the fear here is that he knows what he did with underage girls. This isn't just the sleaziness he's done with women or porn stars. This is about what he did with the underage girls. And the outcome card is this Eight of Pentacles, working on something. I just got a vision of the machine. You know, the machine of this enterprise, of this huge, very dark underground, wealthy men's club where they buy women, they buy virgins, they buy little girls and perhaps little boys to do what they want with. So I think it's this big machinery. It's really big, bigger than just Donald Trump and Bill Clinton and whatnot. This is world energy. This is big, very, very big. Now, I also said before about The Apprentice that things, you know, there were a lot of accusations during that time as well. So there might be a time frame around when The Apprentice was out of something big happening there. Now, let's just do a little bit of clarifying with my Rider Waite deck. This, of course, is the Deviant Moon deck for my tarot people out there. Let's clarify. How about just the here and now? This card, the Wheel of Fortune. Will it spin in his favor? Will they be able to spin this story at a stop? The wheel is it's about to move, but there will be some kind of pushback, some kind of news comes out, some kind of legal action. I see it as to stop this from moving forward. You know, he's suing the Wall Street Journal, which is Rupert Murdoch, for billions. So this is putting, you know, his legal team, the Pam Bondies, you know, what's the other guy? Todd Blanche. It's getting his team to go after this news. Yeah, they're playing defense here. The Nine of Wands. They're playing defense now. They don't want it to go any further. He wants this stopped immediately. You can imagine the fits he's throwing. The Page of Swords. They don't have a lot of power, though, to do this legally. And this also is a spy in the camp. So there is someone around him that might take him down. Even among his people, there could be, I'm just saying it might happen. I'm not saying it's definitely happening, but that could be too. That there's talk going around that they may pull a mutiny on him or something like that. That would be great. What else should I look at here? Oh, I wanted to look at the attitude of the Maggas now. How are they going to feel? Are they going to start to break away? Will something happen? Will they be able to understand this and finally pull away, get out of the cult, stop drinking the Kool-Aid, stop sending him money for junk? Okay, the Six of Cups. They just want to see Trump as they saw him in the past. So to me, that would represent no. Although it does represent children. There's not a lot of children in tarot images. There's a few cards, but not many. How's the base going to take this? Will they be fuming about the children? Will they be offended by this? The people, the Ten of Cups, happy families. This is the party of, you know, we're the Christians, we're the good people. We just want to live in the past. We don't want to know about any of this shady stuff, especially not about Trump. But will they eventually open their eyes? This is also a yes card, so this could be a breaking away. Oh, Four of Cups, they're not liking what's being served up. So yeah, I do think they're going to have a bad attitude. A lot of them will defend him. You know, KKK Caroline will defend him. You know, there's still many people that will defend him. But it does start to break away because people don't, the public doesn't like what they're being fed with that one cup. They're just not accepting it this time. Children are involved here, and we want answers. So I think that is a pretty good insight right now as to what's going on. But as we know, every day there's a new challenge. There's some new awful thing coming out. He's getting more dangerous, and you know, they changed the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Like, they are really terrible fascists. and they want to take power and take it quick. So we know all this could change. This could die away. I don't have the feeling that it will die away. I do think a lot more information will get, you know, trickled out. Will it be enough to break away the Maggas, to open up their eyes, to finally see? I don't think so, but there's a beginning. There's a start. And a lot of people don't like child abuse, and they will not like what they're seeing. And what they're seeing now, they're kind of starting to see that, you know, this is a big machinery to take on, a big issue. It's bigger than we think. And I'll be reading more on this, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for subscribing and liking, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.